What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another day, another episode of The Daily Grind. I'm your host, 30NSG, and on today's show, we're going to be talking about Xbox is dead. Long live Xbox. It's an article from Xbox Era. We're also going to watch a video. We're going to watch a video from Eroktic, which is called Friendly Lobbies Are Broken, the new meta of Arc Raiders. I watched a majority of this video this week, and I was like, you know what, let's stop, and I'll watch the remainder of it. We'll watch the whole thing with you, but I'll watch and finish the remainder of it on this morning's show. And then we're going to watch Legendary Drop. This wasn't supposed to work, talking about Expedition 33, it looks like. If you guys like what I do here, we do this Monday through Thursday from 10 o'clock in the morning till noon Eastern. If you like it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. We do appreciate you very much for showing up, hanging out with us. Real quick, Aku with the 35 months support and close to another year. It's almost 3 years. That's crazy. So appreciate it very much. Hope everyone had a wonderful holiday, Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate out there. Appreciate it. As you can tell, I got new earbuds, or not earbuds, but the skulls things that like go into your, so the sound goes through the skull and not through the ears, which is actually really nice for me. So now I can actually hear what's going on in the house without being blocked. So that's one of the things I got. What's going on, chat? What's going on, Travis? What's going on, Altern? Eclipse. Sard, what's going on? Roic, good morning. Who else is here? Just Enough, what's going on? We're Robert Jones. Wonder Rose, good morning. Kylo, good morning. Aku, good morning. Waterbear, good morning. Who am I missing? I saw someone else here. Jason, what's going on? Jesse Mack, Ron, what's going on? Good morning, Mr. Z. Bone conduction, thank you very much. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, I like those a lot. I actually reached out to an advertiser, and obviously they haven't got back to me because my channel is just so big, and they don't want to, they just don't want to, help me. But my wife bought me these. And they're not like the high-end ones, but they're also not the lower-grade ones, like the mid-range ones. These are called the skulls, whatever. And they're nice. Like, I can hear things, and also the sound's pretty good. So, Waterbear says, have you seen the World War ZX Walking Dead update that's dropping in January? It looks pretty good. I have not. Makes one with the boom mic. That's amazing. Well, I'll have to check that out. What's going on, Roadkill? Roadkill says, what's going on, everybody? My life is falling apart. Didn't you? It's falling apart. Weren't you just investing in like gold and silver and your life was turning around? Now it's falling apart. What's happening? Roadkill says, smash that like button. Real quick, to answer Just Enough for Robert Jones about my music. Yeah, basically, when I make the music, I have a lyric that I have, and then I take it and I put it into like punk. I'll put it into rock. I'll put it into anthem. I'll put it into classical. I'll put it in. I try all the different genres of music, and basically, every time you make one in the program, it makes two different songs, but it makes two different songs of that same genre, right? So it'll give you two different things, and I'll listen to it. If I don't like it, then I make another one in a different genre, and then I make another one in the different genre. And then when I like the genre that it's in, then I'll go back and I'll start fine-tuning stuff, right? And I might make additional like 12 to 15 to 20 different tracks of the same song in that genre, and then I pick the best one that I like, and then I, put it out. So that's the way I do it. All right, let's see what's going on here. What's going on, Mo? All my vehicles at the house broke after Christmas. It sucks as parts won't be in until Monday. Oh, man. That sucks. And I don't know if you live in an area with public transportation. If my car went kaput, then we were shit out of luck because everything in the Orlando area, there's no good public transportation. So I would be screwed. So hopefully you figure that out. All right. let's start off with the first story, right? First story. And before I get to the first story, I want to kind of talk about what's happening. I saw this post, and I posted this in Discord over the weekend, right? This post says Nintendo was the most covered company in 2025. Now, obviously, this comes from the GameIndustry.biz article. And right here, it's this right here. Most covered games, most covered companies. Most covered companies. Now, I want you to just listen to that word, most covered companies. But in this list, right, and it's easier to see on this list here, it says Nintendo, Xbox, PlayStation, Microsoft, Sony, Nvidia, EA, Ubisoft, Epic Games, Activision, Rockstar, Sega, Twitch, Valve, and Square Enix in the top 15. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but when you say covered company, the company that owns the other company is the company, right? Xbox is a division, a subsidiary of the company of Microsoft. Activision Blizzard is a subsidiary, a division now of Microsoft. Sony owns PlayStation. PlayStation is a division, a subsidiary of Sony. So when companies come out and they show you stuff like this and they say the most covered companies, okay, I hate stuff like this, because if you just do the research and you just know that, yes, these are companies, and if Xbox was by itself, it would be a standalone company, but it's not a standalone company. It's a subsidiary, okay, under the umbrella of Microsoft. Same with Activision Blizzard. Now, this kind of goes into the effect of, is there an Xbox tax or Microsoft tax? And you could say that because if you add up the Xbox and you add up the Microsoft and you add up the Activision, we're talking, we're in the almost 400,000 articles written. Okay, actually, let's do it on the fly. I had the number this past weekend, but let's do it now, right? So we have 218,225 plus the 128,672 plus the 23,441 equals 370,000 articles. Okay, 370,000 articles for Microsoft, because that's the company. And then PlayStation, we have PlayStation, which is at the 184,976 plus the Sony of 86,000. Okay, 86,132, and that equals 271,000, which is 40,000 more than Nintendo. So Sony is in number 2, and Microsoft is number 1 with 370. Now, why do I bring this up? Because when people have a narrative, when people say certain things, they're like, look, Nintendo's the most covered, because Nintendo is like, they're like, oh, look, everyone loves Nintendo. Nintendo's being written about because of the Nintendo Switch. But hate articles are way more, okay? Way more, okay? So Nintendo's been getting shit on because of the lawsuit with Power World this last year, with a couple lawsuits and patent infringements and stuff like that. But Microsoft and Sony are well above what Nintendo's doing. So when someone comes out and makes this and people look at this and go, oh my God, Nintendo is the most covered company. Yeah, no, it's not. It's not even close. Microsoft is almost at 400,000 and Nintendo's barely over 200,000, 236,000 to 370,000. It's not even close. Okay. So if you want to call it a Microsoft tax, Xbox tax, whatever, but they literally had to separate Xbox, Microsoft, and Activision in 3 separate companies, even though they're under one company, which is Microsoft. But let's go with this rest of this article here and look at the other things. Now that you know that that's not true, that would have to take sus to anything else that they're saying here, because it's just, trust me, bro. Okay, United States best-selling games of the year, Battlefield 6. This is also sources for Circana, physical and full game digital, which, remember, they don't share with you in any way, shape, or form, right? So think about how this works. EA has shared their number with Circana or anybody else, but they haven't shared it with the public, but they're sharing it to let you know that Battlefield 6 is the best-selling game of this year, but yet they won't tell you how many it sold officially. Okay. So number 1 is Battlefield 6, NBA 2K26, Monster Hunter Wilds. Borderlands 4 is number 4, EA Sports College Football 26, Madden NFL 26, Call of Duty Black Ops 7, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Elder Scrolls 5 Oblivion, Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered, and Ghost of Yotei. Okay. And again, we don't really know the official sales numbers. We know Monster Hunter sold a certain amount and then sold about 600,000 for the rest of the year. But officially, we don't know. Best-selling game of this year in the United Kingdom is Mario Kart World, EA Sports FC 26, Pokemon Legends ZNA, Hogwarts Legacy, EA Sports FC 25, Battlefield 6, Assassin's Creed Shadows, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Donkey Kong Bonanza, and Minecraft. Okay. Then in Japan, best-selling game of the year is Mario Kart World, Pokemon Legends, Monster Hunter Wilds, Pokemon Legends Z through A, Super Nintendo or Super Mario Party Jamboree, Donkey Kong, Mario Kart, Minecraft, Dragon Quest, okay, and Donkey Kong Country. Is this just Nintendo? Jesus Christ. That's all Japan. The mobile market, top game publishers by revenue is Tencent, okay. Then Scopely, Century Games, Microsoft, number 4, Dream Games, number 5, Playrix, number 6, Funfly, number 7, Take-Two Interactive is number 8, Moon Active is number 9, and NetEase is number 10. Top games in revenue, Last War Survival. This is mobile market. I don't even know what any of these games are. Whiteout Survival, Honor of Kings, Royal Match, Monopoly Go, Candy Crush, Coin Matter, Roadblocks, Game Force Peace, and Pokemon TCG Pocket. Look at Candy Crush, $1.2 billion. Top geographics by revenue is U.S. $23.5 billion. Look at the difference between U.S. and number 2, which is China, $11 billion. That's a huge gap. No wonder U.S. is marketed to the most. Japan, 9.55. Korea, 4.73. Germany, 2.5. UK, 2.3. Taiwan, 2.2. Canada, 1.4. France, 1.4. And Australia, 1.2. Top publisher games by downloads is Tencent, Azure Interactive, OneSoft, Voodoo, Say Games, Iron Source, Outfit, Supercell, Baby Bus, and Embracer Group at number 10. Top games by download is Roadblocks, Block Blast. I have no idea what that is. Is that like Breakout? Free Fire, Subway Surfers, Pizza Ready, Ludo King, Holy IO, Vita Mahjong, EA Sports, and My Talking Tom 2. And top countries by downloads, India, 7.25 billion. Okay, US, 3.23 billion. Brazil at 2.9 billion, Indonesia at 2.6 billion, Russia at 1.8 billion, Mexico at 1.7 billion, Turkey at 1.4 billion, Pakistan at 1.3 billion, Philippines at 1.2 billion, and Vietnam at 1.1 billion. The most covered games, okay, GTA 6, 26,000, almost 27,000 articles written. Battlefield 6, okay, and that should tell you something, huh? Why is Battlefield sold so much? Well, they put the marketing into Battlefield 6, 26,258 articles, almost as much, or actually over, right? Over just Battlefield 6 articles written is 3,000 more than Activision Blizzard as a division of a company, okay? Fortnite, 22,980 Fortnite articles, and Epic Games had 29,000. Think about that for a second. There's only 7,000 more articles written of Epic Games than just Fortnite, who owns, right? Who owns Fortnite? Epic that owns Fortnite. Last of Us, 19,683. Minecraft, 18,175. Monster Hunter Wild, 16,700. Clair Obscur Expedition 33, 15,586. Borderlands 4, 15,240. League of Legends, 14,836. Mario Kart, 13,534. Marvel Rivals, 13,523. Elden Ring, Night Ring, 12,761. Halo, 12,471. Hollow Knight, Silk Song, 13,000. And Cyberpunk, 11,873. Okay. We don't need to go over the list over here because we already did that. Top 10 games on TikTok is Roblox, Minecraft, Fortnite, EA Sports, Marvel Rivals, Counter-Strike 2, Grand Theft Auto, Valorant, Genshin Impact, and New State Mobile. I have no idea what that is. Roblox has 23, is that billion? 23 billion views. Minecraft's got 12 billion. Insane. Most viewed game trailers. Okay, League of Legends, Welcome to Nox, is got 180 million views. Rockstar Games Grand Theft Auto's 6 trailer 2 has got 142 million views. League of Legends again up there with 117 million. League of Legends again with 57 million. Call of Duty Black Ops 58 million. Call of Duty Black Ops 7 official trailer or teaser 41 million. PUBG 40 million. Call of Duty Warzone 40 million. I'm sure no one's interested in Call of Duty. I'm sure. Like, look how many Call of Duties are up here. Call of Duty Black Ops 7 gameplay reveal trailer. Call of Duty Black Ops 7 official teaser. Call of Duty Warzone. Call of Duty Warzone over here. It's insane. Yet, I'm sure they didn't sell very well. I'm sure. Pokemon TCG Pocket was 31 million. Call of Duty Warzone 26 million. Nintendo US, Nintendo Switch first look trailer 25 million. Mobile Legends Bang Bang 24 million. Vector Unit 22 million. Rockstar Games Japan for the Grand Theft Auto trailers 20 million. And League of Legends up there again with 20 million. League of Legends up there 4 times. It's insane. I don't care about the influencers, and that's about it. So there you go. There's your year in review of most articles and data that we have no idea. Total global games market value. just look at it there for a second. Okay. Mobile games, 108 billion. 108 billion. Okay. Console games, 45 billion. And PC games, 43 billion. Do you understand why Xbox has gone to mobile? Do you understand why they went to mobile? Considering it's 50% of the market. 50%, guys. 50% of the actual market. Okay? That's quite extreme there. 50% of the market is mobile games. Console games, 45 billion. And you got to remember, there's more money there because you're paying $80, $90, $100 games. For console, PC games on Steam, the average cost of a game is like $12, $20, right? Obviously, there's the high, but there's also the low, and they go on sale all the time. So way more people playing on PC, and 43 billion is just 2 billion behind the actual console games, which is less now. It's only 27% of the market. PC is 23% of the market, and mobile gaming is 50% of the market. $197 billion in 2025. Remember, though, gaming is expensive, and they have to charge you lots of money. But we'll talk about that a little bit more when we talk about the other Expedition 33. All right, so let's go to the first article here. James Thomas says this is also why Nintendo is going heavy in mobile space as well, which technically makes them multi-platform, just not in the traditional sense. Absolutely, James. Absolutely. Right? But people don't like talking about that. Shh. Nintendo is only a console, right? Right? No, they want the mobile market as well, right? A lot of people don't understand what's going on, and they just kind of close their ears, shut their eyes. They just want to listen what they want to listen to, see what they want to see, and they don't see what the actual industry is going towards. All right, if you guys like what I do here, we do this Monday through Thursday from 10 o'clock in the morning till noon Eastern. If you like it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. Xbox is dead. Long live Xbox. That's basically every single day in the gaming industry, right? I mean, you could turn on Dreamcast guy channel, any video, and he says Xbox is dead, and then Xbox is dead, right? So I have no idea what this is. We just read the articles for the first time on stream. If you like it, then I give you my thoughts and opinions, and then I get your thoughts and opinions in chat. So Xbox is dead. Long live Xbox. A reminder, or remember, all the times that Xbox died It died in February of 2008 when Microsoft officially acknowledged the red ring of death issues plagued the Xbox 360 hardware. It died again in 2013 with the Xbox One and disastrous reveal. And then it was gone and snuffed out and pretty regularly since the time frame. And with every misstep and mistake framed in the literal death of the platform. In 2025, saying Xbox is dead with any sort of earnest and seriousness sounds like a statement designed to farm precious engagement rather than any sort of meaningful discussion. Or perhaps even worse, it's uttered from a position of pure ignorance. Okay, Xbox is dead is a phrase that is at the point it's honestly lost all meaning. And I agree with that. Right? Oh, article's on screen. Thank you very much. Okay. And I agree with that, right? It's like you keep saying something. It's like the boy who cried wolf, right? It's like, how many times are you going to say something when it's not dead yet, right? So it says Xbox is dead. The phrase, the point is honestly has all lost its meaning. Xbox is a brand where it truly died. I do wonder just what the industry would be left to talk about all the time. Exactly. Okay. Remember, 370,000 articles written about Microsoft, either that was with Activision, Xbox, or Microsoft, but Xbox is dead. Okay. As a platform, Xbox and also parent company Microsoft, is richer than ever. Game Pass has tens of millions of subscribers and is also now the largest publisher in the industry. I don't know how you define dead, but nothing about those facts look like abject failure to me. And look, I could also dedicate paragraphs on how awful Microsoft is as a company, forcing unwanted AI into their offerings or horrified job losses or studio closures. But that's not really the point of the article. So let's just have to roll with it. Okay. So it says it must coincide, however, something has died outside of like critical thinking. Something that was also fundamental about the Xbox is truly ended without pomp and ceremony. The box is also wired sort of loyalty, and the console fans seem to enjoy the thrive of no longer existing in any sort of meaningful sense. Xbox has transformed, and a new Xbox is less sentiment, far broader, and so far very successful, even if there's also constantly bombarded with statements of contrary. Okay. It says Microsoft's internal mantra defined the platform in 2025, the Xbox fully embraced its new direction, which I have to say, since 2018, 19, I've always said that Xbox's vision is always Game Pass. Cloud gaming, Game Pass, right? I said this for years and years and years, 6, 7 years, okay? And not until earlier this year, did they actually come out with an ad and we're like, holy shit, they finally get it, right? So I don't understand how I could get it before they can get it. But, businesses get run by people that have no idea. They just fly by the seat of their pants, okay? It says, for decades, gaming has been defined by home consoles, a physical box earning pride for the places of your living room. Okay, it evolved through the generation of technological advance in power and performance. Platform holders would also duke it out for exclusive software, which is primarily aimed at being sold into bespoke hardware. Xbox consoles still exist, of course, and Microsoft have reiterated again and again that it will continue to do so. But they're no longer only way to play. The hardware has faded into the background in 2025, and it's not an accident. Microsoft have looked at the video game industry itself going through turbulent changes and see the market defined by razor and margins that are ever-increasing development costs and demanding returns on the lauded exclusivity of games. It's in this philosophy, pivoted, that sits at the heart of the Xbox transformation. Many of us up in the industry constantly compares to contrast platforms, individual games, and have struggled with the change. But with that mantra, every screen is an Xbox, perfectly defines an Xbox now. Okay, it says I can play an Xbox on a handheld, a smart TV, on my phone, my laptop, in my games, is my stuff, and all my travels with me. Seamlessly, Sony sells you a dream of destination. Nintendo sells you a magic of medium. Xbox is unromantic as it sounds. It's selling you something far more useful and accessibility. Okay, even if you see an outrage of the reactions of Halo on PlayStation, it's a betrayal. You'll also see the arguments and discussion that follow each multi-platform announcement. If Xbox gamers are available everywhere, why own an Xbox? Now, we've talked about this all the time. You can even see it in the people that talk shit about Xbox and they're Sony fanboys. And then when Xbox raised the price of Game Pass, all of a sudden, all those people that used to talk shit about Xbox still talk shit about Xbox, but they said that they're canceling their Xbox Game Pass. And you're like, hold up a second. So you were talking this whole time that no one's using Game Pass and Game Pass is bad, Game Pass is bad. And then all of a sudden, now you're telling us that you're canceling your Game Pass. Make it make sense for me, chat. Right? So did they really cancel their Game Pass, or are they still paying for the Game Pass? I don't know. That's for you to decide. Okay. Says there's all been an outraged reaction of Halo. Okay. It says, I argue that Xbox hasn't abandoned the brand or its players. The biggest games are everywhere. And the only thing Xbox has abandoned is the illusion of exclusivity. Withholding content creates value. Okay. 2025 was the best year Xbox finally delivered. It says, for the longest time, Xbox's biggest weakness has been the lack of execution. 100%. They literally took them 5 years of this console to tell you exactly what their business plan was. But meanwhile, if you showed up to this little channel called 30NSG or 30 and Still Gaming, I've been saying it for 6 years that their whole plan the entire time was Game Pass and going to cloud gaming where you can play on a little box and you can play it anywhere. And finally, Microsoft, maybe they tuned in. Maybe like, hey, this little channel over here has something. I think we should do what he's doing. Now, I don't think they actually looked at me in any way, shape, or form. It just made sense. It was just like, that's where the future's going. That's where the cloud's going. That's where streaming's going. That's where Netflix was going, right? And video games is about 12 to 15 years behind the actual movie industry and the music industry. So it says, we've seen big releases across single-player categories like Doom: The Dark Ages, Avowed, Ninja Gaiden 4, Outer Worlds 2, Oblivion Remastered. We've seen smaller experimental titles like Keeper of the South of Midnight, massive live service-like releases with the annual Call of Duty or new early access multiplayer titles like Grounded 2. And I'm not even going to do any real detail across all the DLC expansions, updates to their ongoing games across Blizzard, Activision, Bethesda, and Xbox. Add on to the excellent curation across the Game Pass and saw a ton of amazing games like Blueprints, Clair Obscur, Expedition 33, Atomfall. I could go on. The sheer breadth of genre and scale across the service is unmatched. One Xbox employee spoke earlier this year, remarked it with the almost childlike glee about how much of they had coming before the end of 2025, and it was approaching the final few days of the year. They weren't wrong. Nobody plays on Xbox, but we do, he says. Okay, it says, one of the strangest things about Xbox, particularly in 2025, is not about how it performed, but how it's discussed. Again, 370,000 articles written about Microsoft. Okay. The narrative exists around Xbox, and I dismiss a lot of it because it's written largely by folks that simply don't meaningful play there. Okay? How is it, guys? How is it? Again, the article says if Xbox wasn't around, what would people write about? Okay? Remember, 370,000 articles between Activision, Xbox, and Microsoft, and yet nobody plays here. Nobody plays here. Nobody actually plays on Game Pass, but yet all these people that talk shit about it canceled their Game Pass. Okay? They don't play on their cell phones, even though 50% of the market is playing on mobile devices. Okay? Make it make sense. Too many of the Xbox anomaly a discussion point, clickbait generator, or cautiously tale about how they brand can go so wrong. The brand is disconnected, not in terms that they argue actually matter, but the market share is hardware sales and how they could get so bad, and purely hypothetical futures. Okay, the most mainstream discourse is Xbox's predominantly spoken about in terms of what it isn't. It says, yes, we know it's not winning the console war, right? And that's what people keep going back to, right? They're not moving on, right? They're not moving on to what the future is, right? Imagine still talking about horse and carriage when you're driving a V12, okay? Imagine never moving forward and just holding on that point of, well, they lost the console war. They lost the console war. They lost the console war. Okay, let it go. Okay? They know they lost the console war. But the future is no consoles. The future is no video games. The future is digital downloads. The future is not owning your shit. If you like it or not, that is where it's going. Okay? It says, yes, we know. It's not winning the console war. It's not gunning for Apple-like devotion of prestige like PlayStation. It isn't magical like Nintendo. No, nowadays, commentary around Xbox caveated, every decision this brand makes and analyze is muddled over. Okay? Multi-platform publishing is giving up. Game Pass is unstable. They can't even release a fun Game Pass advert without an opt sprouting out against who's this for? Okay? Well, apparently it's for a lot of other people. Okay? For the people that actually don't want to admit they're actually playing on these things. And so Xbox is dead, but lives on. One of the most prestigious and plenty of absurd refrains across the industry is driven by people who just never play there. To them, Xbox is empty, lifeless platform devoted to irrelevance and lacking in players. Yet we know the community that plays there knows that it just isn't true. Gamers on Xbox have been showered with games to play, large and small, constantly throughout the year. Xbox has proven that 2025 has finally have the scale of cadence that's been chasing for 5 years. Okay? If anything they've been failing at is what the fuck is Microsoft doing with Xbox? For 5 years, they couldn't tell you what they were doing. For 5 years, they didn't have the games on the systems. Because remember, it takes 3 to 5 years, now longer, to make video games because they're bloated and they don't know what they're actually doing with them. Okay? The old Xbox defines most of the other platforms in the industry, and the single prestige Halo launch and the powerful new hardware reveal, or a bought and paid for exclusive release. Those days are done. Instead of Xbox in 2025 and beyond is drowning in players and quality release constantly. And Xbox in 2026 looks even better. Xbox is dead. Long live Xbox. Okay? So it's an interesting article, right? Because he's saying that it's going to live on of Xbox dying, right? It's going to live on for people saying Xbox is dead. Long live Xbox, right? Because no matter what they do, doesn't matter what they do, people love talking about Microsoft. They love shitting on Microsoft. They love shitting on Starfield, right? Starfield is the worst game ever created by people, but yet they can't stop talking about Starfield. Xbox and Microsoft is the worst gaming system ever created, but yet they can't stop talking about Microsoft and Xbox. It makes sense. Okay? People are so infatuated with team colors and t-shirts and everything else about rah, rah, I'm on this team, you're on that team. It makes no absolute sense because the actual people that are playing video games, the actual people that are playing on mobile devices and playing on VR headsets and television sets and laptops and PCs and tablets are just gamers. And the gamers are going to play where the games are. And the gamers are going to play where they can spend less money. Okay? Less money. Okay? This aura of gaming is for rich people, I have no idea where it came from. It came from people that never played video games when they were younger, okay? Because it's always been about a deal. No matter what industry you're in, I don't care if you're shopping for a car, if you're shopping for groceries, if you're shopping for a refrigerator, you're looking for the best deal. And right now, the best deal in gaming, okay, is still Game Pass. Even at the $30, which is absurd, by the way, okay, is $30, okay? But $30 is still better because video games are $80, $90, $100. Now, you see what the articles are being written now. Everyone is pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. $100 video games. They've been doing it for the last 2 years. $100 video games. They're waiting for Grand Theft Auto to give you the $100 video game. Not deluxe edition. We're talking about standard edition, $100. They're sitting there just waiting. They're like, come on, Grand Theft Auto. You got to give it to us. We need this $100 video game. And yet it completely gets blown out of the water because of what happened this year with Expedition 33, what happened this year with Silk Song, what happened this year with any other game that was less than $70, $60, $50, and these games were bangers, and they sold millions and millions of copies, and it didn't cost them hundreds of millions of dollars to make these video games. It didn't take them 8 to 12 years to make these video games, okay? It took them 3 to 4 years, under $50 million. They priced them in the right category, and they're selling really well. Not because it's on Xbox, not because it's on Nintendo, not because it's on PlayStation, because it's what games, people that want to play games want to play. They look at the game and go, that's a good game. Doesn't matter if it's on PlayStation or PC or Xbox or Nintendo. They just look at the game and go, that's a fun game. I'm going to buy that game on the thing that I want to play it on. But these are just my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. What do you think? Do you think Xbox is dead? Or do you think long live Xbox is going to happen? Let me know in the comment section down below. Please make sure you share, like, subscribe, and if you like what I do here, and we just hit the shitter. There goes YouTube again. Amazing. But thank you very much. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, let me see what you guys are saying in chat here. Let me scroll back up here. Let's see. Scrolling back up. We have we're having bad smooth frame rate over here over on YouTube. Perfect timing, as always. Roadkill says, "I told you Battlefield 6 without sell will outsell Call of Duty, and you told me it wouldn't. You still don't have the proof of that. There's no proof. No one's come out with an actual official number. Nobody. No official person has come out with an official number, Roadkill. So you're not right. I'm not right. You're not wrong. I'm not wrong. There's no official number." Unless it's Roadkill. With him, you gotta learn a new language. Let's see. Waterbear says, "I canceled mines the other day only because I played WWM. Where Win Meets. I don't see any Game Pass day and date game I want to play at the moment." Let's see. Travis says, "Keep in mind, metal detecting isn't passion. It's being a streetwalker." Okay. Sarge says, "I know people who metal detect who's making a great living. At least they exercise." Mo says, "They're all still playing. You can't beat it. And still the best deal in gaming. Game Pass." Let's see. James says, "I critique all platforms because I use them all except PC. I haven't built one yet." That's where I'm at, James. I critique all things, right? What I hate the most is that the articles and the people that write articles, they have a bias instead of just giving the information, right? Then you have what's happening right now, right? People write articles and saying that Battlefield 6 is the best Battlefield they've ever made, okay, financially, not copies, okay? But then again, it's also $70 for the standard edition, right? So a lot of people don't understand when they see something, they think that it outsold something or has copies, but no one said official numbers, but people run with numbers and say that certain things, right? And this is what I don't like. I don't like that the media says things and then people run with it because they're not true. Arbor says, "I think the most play on Game Pass is when the new game drops day and date. After that, they either forget to cancel the Game Pass sub or they don't play it until the next game drops." But if that's the case, right? If the average person only buys 2 to 3 games a year, then they only need someone to have Game Pass for 4 months of the 12 months, right? And if that's the case, then they only need to drop 4 games a year, right? Yes, it's only $60, but $60 4 times a year is $120. And if the average person is only buying 2 or 3 games, then they cover that. Sarge says, "There isn't any console war. It's over. It's been over." Al Bundy, stuck in the past. The future indoor plumbing is gonna be big. Yeah. I seriously wonder how many game subscribers seriously play more than 2 to 3 games a month on it. I know Microsoft could also care less. A number is a number to them. Exactly. They don't need everybody there all year, but they need a majority of them to stay for 4 months. Let's see. Guarantee Xbox can't keep this amount of games coming or going to dry up real quick, and it's going to be bad. But why would it dry up? Why would it dry up? That's like saying Steam's going to run out of games. 19,000 games got made for Steam. 19,000. Right? They make $450 million to $500 million a month for Game Pass. And they don't have to pay $200 million to put a game on the actual thing. Water, do you think the same way with the movies and shows for Netflix, or how much music are streaming when they use Spotify? Perfect example. It's good, James. Yeah. Right? I think a lot of people listen to music on Spotify and play Netflix just like they're doing. Now, the difference between Netflix and Spotify, I don't think Spotify costs $30 a month. Maybe there's a plan that's higher. Netflix is actually a pretty expensive price, but it doesn't cost $30. But also, getting games are different than movies, right? You watch a 2-hour movie, hour and a half movie. Video games are 6, 8, 12, 100 hours. Roadkill says, people love talking about dying animals, and Xbox has been a dying animal for many years. I guess. James says, rich people never played games. They could afford to do far much more. Game Pass is not the best deal. It is. It's still the best deal, which is sad because it's $30 for the high end. If you're still getting $10 a month, it's still a great deal. What's going on, Dolphin? Do you let your son play Roblox? I banned it yesterday from my house. No, he's never played it. Never will. He's a Minecraft kid. Let's see. James says, Water, did you care more about the people that subbed in more than engagement? If a sub once and then forgot about it and keeps getting charged, they don't care if they're playing it until they also getting paid. Yeah, well, the numbers are the numbers, right? That's what they want. They want the most. This is why people talk about player numbers and not actual sales, right? It's all about the illusion. What's going on, world? I thought it was my first internet, but then to go out a crazy wind and snow where I'm also at, waiting for power and the internet to go out. Crazy wind. Oh, hopefully you stay safe. And I'm trying to catch up here. What's going on, Dirty Bear? Yeah, the next MMO will be WoW. Been also heard that the Xbox isn't going anywhere except everywhere. Roadkill says it's going to dry up because Xbox for decades has never been able to put out games. They just had a bunch of finish at the same time. And this is also be a disaster. This is where I think you're a little confused. They have 28 studios. I think they have 28 studios. If they only release 4 games themselves every year, that's 1 a quarter. Okay, they have enough games through the entire life cycle of that platform. Okay, because when the first 4 companies of the 28 companies are making their video game, and it takes them 4 to 5 years to make a video game. By the time it comes around, they're all going to be in that motion. And then on top of that, they're paying people for independent games like Expedition 33, okay, to put on Game Pass, or Pal World, where they put it on Game Pass, and it makes big money for them. It brings people in for that. Well, it's not even about being a Sony pony or not, right? It's just about looking at it's about looking at the facts that's happening. Waterbear says the best deal is not paying $30 a month, investing into where Wind meets and play for free. Travis, have you been heard of where the Wind meets? You should play it sometime. But you guys keep bringing up the $30, right? No one's the small majority is paying for the $30. Everybody else is just paying the $10 a month or the $15 a month on PC, right? The majority of the people that are on Game Pass are not paying the $30 a month. They don't care about the brand new game that comes out. And if they do, they can upgrade for that 1 month and then go back down to their $10 a month. Why does everyone go automatically to, like, everyone has Netflix? Do you think everyone's paying for the high tier of Netflix? Do you think everyone's paying the high tier of Spotify? Right, Clip says, did you forget about Clockwork Revolution, Gears of War, Fable, and maybe who knows about that? Right, all Microsoft needs is 4 games a year to drop. One's Call of Duty every year, right? The other 3 are Clockwork, Fable, and Gears, right? There's the 4. There's the 4 right there. But can they manage 28 studios? And the Xbox problem where the Elder Scrolls 6, Xbox does not know how to manage. I don't know where you're going with this. You're asking me if Microsoft knows how to manage. Doesn't fucking matter to me. It doesn't matter to me if they know how to manage or not. They have well more than like 30 different companies within the thing. That's not including Xbox, right? There's well more companies underneath Microsoft that they have. And when you say manage, they have to put a game out. They're just going to put a game out. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad on Game Pass because you're paying a one price fee. Okay. And then if you're paying full price for it, the people that want to buy that game are going to pay full price. Hence why people bought Battlefield 6, even though it's broke, buggy, and unfinished. That's why people bought Cyberpunk, because it was broke, buggy, and unfinished. That's why people bought insert game here. I wonder how many are we actually paying for 30? Could we get those numbers? No, they'll never give you those numbers. Just like they're not giving you the numbers of the actual games being sold. James says to Roadkill, PlayStation just canceled 12 games and only make one main first-party game per year, other than the third-party deals. What's the PlayStation excuse? It's the exact same. See, that's just the thing, Thomas, right? We don't have to throw this into the face. This is the video game industry. They all do the exact same thing. They chase trends, right? They say they're going to do certain things, then they cancel certain projects. Right? That comment to Roadkill is because Roadkill is a PlayStation guy. Okay. Right. And it's like making this like console war thing. It's not about a console war. Right? People are just blinded by what they love. They're like, no, this is the best ever. It's like you're doing the exact same thing these guys are doing. No, we're not. Because they don't want to admit to themselves. Also, at $30 a month, is that the only way to play day and date? Yes, but day and date, okay, for the big games that come out for Xbox are only for a year. Most people are playing old games, Water. Most people are playing old games. Sarge says, between 4 games a year and people forgetting to cancel, it's all they need to just looking into the money and coming into doing MVP. Plus, at $30 gets you a bunch of Fortnite stuff, Madden, Ubisoft games that my son also would ask for anytime. Abadol says, I'm going to go out in context or this thing, but what's your favorite game? Quick question. I can leave if you all want me to. I have no idea what my favorite game is of all time. It would either be Red Dead Redemption or Mass Effect 2 is my irreversible. Doesn't really matter. Juby says, for 1 year, the cost of PlayStation Plus Essential as Canada is advertised as $109. They also added some tax on top of that, and it costs $123 total where I'm at. Just Enough says, at $30 a month, I'll say PlayStation Plus is a better deal. PC Game Pass is the best deal. For the $30 a month for PlayStation, though, you're not getting brand new games. You're playing old games. Do you know what I mean? We can go into the whole conversation of if you own or don't own or whatever, but if you look at cancellations, Sony's on one dying. Where's that information, Aku? World says, I haven't played Xbox in months, and that's because we've been enjoying games on my PlayStation 5 or the Switch. As soon as something good releases on Xbox, I'll play it. Yeah, that's exactly how I look at stuff, right? That's exactly how I look at stuff. I'm playing stuff on PC. I play stuff on mobile. I play stuff on Xbox. I play stuff. I don't have a PlayStation, but the games I do play that are on PlayStation, like Where the Wind Meets, is on PlayStation. It's on mobile, and it's also on PC. So I play it on PC. We got third-party deals. There's no problem. But see, you're blinded by that. Xbox has got third-party deals as well. They have games that come onto Game Pass that people can play. They don't have to pay full price for third-party games. Expedition 33. Azure says PC Game Pass, get day one games too. Yeah, and it's cheaper. For now, by the way. When that number goes higher than console, okay, in that article, it was 23% to 27% or whatever it was. Like, soon as that number clicks over and there's more people playing on PC than console, that's when they raise the price of PC Game Pass. Andrew says, I personally don't pay for Game Pass. I just redeem Microsoft reward points. Most of those that don't need the $30 subscription for it. Exactly. A lot of people don't pay for the higher tier prices of all these things. Aku says 30, based on the 12 cancellation mentioned, if they want to play console wars, PC canceled games, no blinking of the eye. Xbox canceled one, and Xbox is dead. Well, I think they canceled more than one, right? They canceled that MMO. I want to say they canceled about 4 or 5 games compared to the 12 games that we know of, right? Ray says, people played baby steps just because on PlayStation console exclusive Seal. If it wasn't there, they would have never touched it. PlayStation Premium is half the price of the Xbox. I pay $159 a year. Okay, but you're not getting day and date games. If I went to go buy those brand new games, if you're interested in those games, by the way, okay, again, not everyone's interested in every game that comes out. That's why it's very specific. If you're a person that, if you're an Xbox guy and you want to get the brand new Gears game, right? I mean, they're paying full price for a Gears game on PlayStation. That's years later, right? If you want to play that game, that would be $70 over on Xbox, but you pay $30 for that 1 month, then you would play it. That's half off. Then you can go spend your money on something else for the $30. Let's see. More than one? They just one. Xbox dead. Well, that's true. I pay $125 a year, so it's not cheaper. Yeah, right now I paid for the entire year. I think it was like $120, $130 for my Game Pass, right? Because I got it in before the $30. Roko says, "Hey Mike, if your Xbox, all your Xbox consoles broke today, would you go out and buy a PlayStation or an Xbox?" No, I already said this multiple times, Roadkill. I'm not buying the next Xbox. I'm surely not going out and buying the PlayStation. And when the next PlayStation Xbox comes out, I'm not buying it day one because there's no reason to. There's no reason to. All the games on PlayStation are coming to PC. All the games on Xbox come to PC. I already have a PC, so I'm good. I've said this multiple times. Do you not hear me when I speak? Or you only hear the parts that you want to hear? PlayStation Plus is getting better, but the retro game emulation is the only thing played on PlayStation Plus. Like I don't they lied to us about what the consoles were, and because of that, I'm not buying a new console on day one. Don't care. Older games are under $10. Cancels. PlayStation Plus will be buy the games and ready to play them. I still save with no sub. Yeah, like most of the games. Let's see. What did I buy this year? I bought the small little deadly travel game, whatever it was called. I don't even know what the game's called. Okay, we paid $40 for Arc Raiders. Okay, it doesn't matter if I played it on PlayStation or an Xbox or PC. Okay, but buying it on Xbox, I can play it on PC as well. Okay, so like buying it on this thing, I can play it in multiple places. They lie completely about Xbox X. Total joke. Yeah, And so with the PlayStation. PlayStation lied about their thing. Xbox lied about their thing. PlayStation fixed their thing because they made the problem, sold the solution. The solution was PlayStation 5 Pro. Okay. And that you finally got what you wanted to get with the PlayStation 5. People forget that though. They just, you can't see me. They do the John Cena, right? Because you can't, they're like, oh, well, they fixed it. Yeah. 5 years into the cycle, four years into the cycle. They finally gave you what the PlayStation was supposed to be with an upgrade. And then they raise the price again. Right? If your Xbox or PlayStation dies right now, are you guys going to go out and buy a brand new, more expensive console than you did 5 years ago? I don't think you will. Roka says, I have learned all you have to do is wait 2 or 3 months and the game's half price. Yes. Yes. Did you learn that all by yourself, Roadkill? Or is that because we talk about it every single fucking day on the podcast? Borderlands 4 is 20% off right now. Yeah, you know what else is 30% off right now, Sarge? Battlefield 6. 30% off. 20% off? I forget. It's like 20 or 30% off. Battlefield 6 right now. Guess what? Not buying it. Mr. Z says, I know I don't have time until I retire, but I realize that I can't get the most out of the subscription service unless I pay a ton of hours. Ray says, it's so funny that some trash indie devs glaze PlayStation, saying that it will also make them the game exclusive because PlayStation is the best, and hope it's like this on Sony fans will also buy their slop. Eclipse says, I got Xbox Series X, and I'm really just using to play on the 360 games because they can also upscale them to 60 frames per second. Abadel says, what do you play on? I play on Xbox. I play on PlayStation. I own every. Let's put it this way. I own every single console except a PlayStation 5. Okay. I play where I want, and most of the games that I want to play on PlayStation are third party, and they're on other platforms. The games that are first party titles, I don't really like. Spider-Man, I played. Spider-Man Miles Morales, I played. I haven't played Spider-Man 2 yet. Don't care about Last of Us 2. Don't care about Horizon, stuff like that. I have a PlayStation 4. I can play those things. I just don't play those things. It's not about me hating PlayStation. I've owned every single PlayStation up until the PlayStation 5. It's just that the way the industry is going, there's no reason to own all the consoles. Like if you own a PlayStation and a Switch, you're good. If you own a PC and a Switch, you're good. If you own a PC, you're good, right? You don't need to own all of these things. I own an Xbox and I have a PC. I'm good, right? If you own one console plus a PC, you're good. Ray says the same with Game Pass. You can wait some months and pay half price for the premium. I bought Fatal Fury, the season pass, for 60% off. Stan says, I can still look at my launch on PlayStation 5 box and see that it lies with the 4K 120 frame seal. Never lived up to it. I had to go release the console and to honor that. Xbox did the exact same thing, right? And congratulations, right? They did it. They tricked me in buying the system, okay? But what they also did was hurt their fan base because the next Xbox that comes out, I'm not going to buy. I'm not going to buy. I'm also not going to buy the next PlayStation. I'm not going to buy because they lied and when they said what they said, okay? Up to, right? So never again will I buy something of a console like I used to do in the past. Now I just wait. And when someone puts it on and someone's paying $1,200 for the next PlayStation or Xbox, and then it's they go up in price because of whatever reason, I'll wait. I have a PC. I have all the old systems I can play and go back. Don't care. Don't need it. Battlefield is 30% off. Yeah, there you go. Kyle says they sure lied, but people actually believing $500 console would perform on par with a GPU at the time. That cost $600. MSRP alone is hilarious to me. No chance to be a 60 frames at 4K. They put it on the box. They put it on the box. You can't yell at the customers for saying what the companies put on the box. The companies put on the box 4K at this thing, right? So when you bought it, you're like, hey, so you're telling me, Kylo, you're telling me that if you bought a television set and the television set said OLED 4K television set, you got it home, you put it in, and it's like upscaled to 4K, you wouldn't be pissed? Of course you'd be pissed. Would you buy that brand television next time? No, you wouldn't. PS5 says, anyone else buffering a bit? Yeah, it's YouTube's all over the fucking place today. I don't know why. Travis says 30 is just waiting for to buy Space Marines 2. He denies it, but he dreams of it, that game. Yeah, no, it was $26. And guess what I did? I didn't buy it. Mr. G says, I can see the purchase every bundle when I bought stuff, and I haven't played it on my on mine. You know what I love about the conversation about the PlayStation 5 Pro roadkill? That people say that that gaming's for expensive, but yet they buy a console, which makes no sense. Because if the person was talking about how gaming's so expensive and gaming's for rich people wouldn't buy a console then, because if they want the best, they would buy the best. Why downgrade to a console when you can get a PC and have the best graphics, the best frame rate, the best of everything, right? The more money, the better the quality. Yet, for some reason, people will be like, I have standards. I'm going to play the best experience of ever for gaming, but I'm going to buy a console. It's like, PC's better. But why would you go console? Make it make sense. Right? Because the people that will argue that they it's the best deal for the console. For what? For the price. Wait, you're looking for a deal? Those people are looking for a deal? They're looking to have the best possible thing for the lowest price amount of money? Oh, amazing. Amazing. So has PC never lied to you? What do you mean? I get to build my PC. I can swap pieces out. So if a graphics card says something, I can return it and get the other graphics card. If I wanted to pay for more RAM, I could get more RAM to make it run better. What are we talking about, Roadkill? No one's coming out with a pre-built and telling and selling it like a console. You build your own thing. Your conversation, your argument goes out the fucking window. Ray says, PlayStation fan. Xbox are for trash poor people. Also PlayStation fans. Those elitist PC trashes, they're so annoying. Yeah. It's so weird to me. All right. Let's move on. I got a video of Arc Raiders. Okay. The gentleman's called Eroktic. Okay. It says friendly lobbies are broken. Okay. I watched this the other day. And this is the whole conversation of PvE, PvP. Should they add it? Should they not add it? Is it easier? What it is? So this guy, because I watched the first couple minutes of it, started the brand new season, which people are pissed about, by the way. And he was talking about how he went in and didn't fire his gun for the first 20 hours and what his experience was like compared to what it was before, where he killed everybody on sight. Okay? So if you guys like what I do here, we do this Monday through Thursday from 10 o'clock in the morning till noon Eastern. If you like it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. All right, so let's check this out.
2 weeks ago, the gaming merchant made a video with aggression-based matchmaking in the Ark Raiders. I watched the video and I said, it's bullshit. There is no way.
And he is a foreigner, so it's hard to understand him a little bit, so we can pause and whatnot. If you want, here, what I'll do is I'll put the captions on. Okay.
Just brushed it off and continued PvPing in my servers. A couple of days later...
And his link in the description down below. His channel link is in the description down below if you want to go watch the full video by itself without me pausing and whatnot.
PC Gamer made the interview with Robert Samulin, where they asked one of the main devs in the Embark
community have suspected that player behavior has a tangible impact on matchmaking, with more peaceful, cooperative players being matched together on some servers, whilst others are filled with more violent players. Embark has never publicly confirmed this, but Samulin hinted our suspicions were correct.
No, it is, without going into sort of excruciating detail, it is...
We'll take the detail.
It is quite complex. So we do analyze behavior and match accordingly. You can't say anymore.
I love how they're very dodgy about this. They're like, yeah, it's, we have a lot of things that go inside it. They don't want to tell you what it is because when people figure it out, gamers are going to game. We're going to figure out, we're like water. Water finds the lowest point and gets through, okay? That's what gamers do with games.
No.
Even after this interview, my viewers kept claiming that this is true, and it finally got my interest, where I decided that when I wipe my account, when the expedition departs, that I'm gonna start to play friendly, that I'm gonna stop killing, because it was a perfect opportunity to test out, is that rumor true? And on top of that, I was...
We're just waiting. If you guys can still see me or hear me, I don't know what's happening. So we're just waiting for it to kick back in. All right. Are we good? Let's see. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing what it's doing. Give me 1 second. I'm going to try to see if it's my internet or if it's... I feel like it's the YouTube servers. Yeah, I'm at 520 megabits per second. I don't know what's going on. On my end, it says there's an error. It says YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain. My upload is shit right now. I don't know what's going on with the upload. My download speed is fine. My upload speed is not fine. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, isn't it, Travis? I feel like it's the same fucking thing every day at this time. It makes no fucking sense. I had to cancel the Twitch side. Yeah, my upload speed. I'm gonna have to call the... Something's happening. They might be... Hold on a second. I feel like they're working on something. No, I shut off Twitch. I disconnected Twitch just enough. All right, let's go back. We'll go back and continue.
Hey, you literally have to wait last extraction to make it out, or you must use Radar Hash Key. That's it. Those are the servers where I usually play, right? And I think that I'm a perfect candidate to see the opposite side of the spectrum. If the things are true, as community is claiming it is, trust me, I will notice. With that said, the following footage that you're
20 hours post-wipe
my
as
progression
friendly.
for the first 20 hours on the fresh.
So, like I said, I've seen the first couple of minutes of this. This will show you exactly, okay? And this is why I tell you that players, the reason they don't want PvE in the game is because of what's happening here. Because people that want PvP don't really want PvP. Gamers are path of least resistance, okay? If you give them an option, right, they'll complain that there's PvE, but they will jump over to PvE just to do the stuff easier.
Actually wiped account as a friendly player. And right on the beginning of the video, for all of you that cannot watch 20-minute long video because you have the attention span of a peanut, yes, I do believe that friendly lobbies are a thing, but I think that there is even more to that. And we're gonna come to that a little bit later. I made a video in regards to the late spams, but I was completely clueless that there are two separate communities playing this game, and developers are getting the feedback from two different pools of the people. People that are playing on the friendly servers are being affected by the late spams way more than the people that are playing on the PvP servers, because everyone is just entering in and looting away.
Right, so what he's saying, okay, what he's saying is that the people that are playing on a, if you don't kill anybody and you're in a PvE server, the people that come in up until, I think it's like 17 minutes into the games, they're being filtered in from other people that died from other games, right? So it's trying to find them a game, so it throws them into the late game of this stuff because those people might be gone or whatever. So you might get people that are PvPers in a PvE lobby. But for the most part, PvE lobbies happen because of the people being super friendly, not shooting on sight. And as long as you don't shoot somebody and you're just, it doesn't matter if you shoot or been shot, right? If you get shot and then you fire back, doesn't matter if you initiate it or not, you're going to be put into a different server afterwards.
Whatever the hell they can find. Oh, you're... Okay. You do it.
Did he just flash him?
Oh, you're...
Yeah, he flashed this flashlight at him.
You do it.
Hello, Raider.
Nobody's shooting!
Nobody's shooting. Now, I played actually a couple matches this weekend, and I got shot every single time. Every single time. I didn't make it out.
No!
I didn't shoot anybody.
Nobody's shooting!
Which goes into... He explains later why it's happening this way now.
And in a lot of situations, you're gonna end up running all over the map where everything is looted. Just because you do not have to worry about anything. Everyone is just rushing through everything and looting absolutely everything that they can. On the PvP servers, that is not the case. On the PvP servers, rooms are locked. Loot is everywhere, even when you...
Right, because in PvP, people are dying and killing each other, so the rooms are going to be established, right? So you're fighting for the first 15 minutes of that whole match because there's third party and whatnot. In PvE, you can just walk around, everything, you just take what you want.
Spawn late, except like high loot locations. Assembly, for example. Yesterday, I was literally running with 10 adrenaline shots, so I can constantly zoom through the map. I'm gonna show you the history of my raids a little bit later, but in most of the cases, you will end up with a lot of loot. Okay.
He's got 86,000 worth of stuff in his pocket.
Okay.
His inventory. Look, 5 people, no one's shooting each other.
That was So fat.
91,000.
Chat, I think I'm gonna leave those blueprints for the next wipe, guys. Dorime. This is absolutely disgusting amount of loot again. Like absolutely disgusting amount of loot once again.
Yeah, but listen to what he says just enough, right? Because this is exactly how people play, right? People want to play like this so they can get their shit done. Then once they have everything done, then they go in and do the PvP stuff because they don't want to be stopped doing what they're doing. 104,000, 107,000, 94,000. Look at all the stuff he's got. Another
And
105,000.
since nobody is PvPing, you will rarely loot any players, but you're gonna still find corpses. Who the fuck is killing them? Oh shit, he died to the pops. Oh shit. I think that's a chick that we helped, chat. Oh fuck. Somehow I'm full again, guys. Somehow...
Yeah, but see, based on the matchmaking, the people that you're saying it's pretty boring, but you won't be matched with them because if you don't want to be boring, you're going to go kill people, right? And if you go kill the people, you're going into a different server. You're not going into the PvE type of server. You're going into the sus/PvP server.
You don't even need to kill players. They just die to AI. You just loot them. You just fucking loot them, dude. This game is too easy, dude. And if you're wondering about my progression, how much did I progress in 20 hours of playing on the freshly wiped account? A lot. I was a little bit unlucky with the Scrappy's dog collar. Homie, I'm getting literally everything but a fucking dog collar. Literally everything but a dog collar. Train level up.
He leveled up.
Train level up.
He got all his stuff done.
Level up. Train
For Scrappy.
mushrooms and apricots, and that's it. My cock
You'll need to put the scanner.
is about to get.
Yeah, he leveled up his rooster.
Despite the fact that we got 12 extra slots, I also somehow managed to fill it up. How the hell am I full again?
Yeah,
How the fuck am I full again?
292,
Oh, wait,
and
never mind.
he's filled up again.
Oh, maxed out. We maxed out the stage, boys. In the first 10 hours, I managed to max out almost all of the workbenches. Gunsmith
10 hours, all workbenches done.
took me the longest because of the rust gear. 2 new blueprints. And the final upgrade for all of the worktops. GG, we won. And also, since nobody is PvPing, questing is extremely easy. We finished so many quests, it's not even...
Right. Questing is extremely easy because no one's killing him. While he's running to place to complete the quest, nobody's killing him. So he's not wasting any time. So he's just going in the match, completing the quest, and then getting out.
funny. Holy questing, dude. Holy! Now the only thing that backpedaled a lot of progression is Equalizer blueprint from the Harvest. Because everyone is friendly, nobody's shooting, and every single time in the puzzle there was in between 4 to 8 people.
Doing the I didn't see this part. So doing the queen or whatever, there's so many people not killing each other that the loot and they're competition of trying to grab the stuff, but they don't want to kill anybody else.
Please! Jeboti Jupiter, mate! Does anyone need Jupiter? Fucking Jupiter. Here, Jupiter. That's it. Please. I don't give a fuck. I'm living. 7 Jupiters. 7 Jupiters.
7 Jupiters. I've never seen one.
One equalizer. Are you fucking dented, dude? I told you this is the run. I fucking told you this is the run. 73 advanced arc power cells.
73 advanced arc power cells.
That's 70k. 140k. 140, 190k, almost 200k. Look, 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 look. 145k. Good, bro. And of course, while speed running the progression and questing, in my top gameplay, I found 27 out of 75 blueprints.
20 hours, 27 blueprints.
I also want to mention that as a solo player that plays PvP servers, it is extremely difficult to kill anything stronger than Leaper. Because it takes time to kill them, everyone knows what you're doing. There is insane amount of the individuals that also want a PvP, so the chances of looting Rocketeer, Bastion, Bombardier
In a PvP server is very hard.
are kinda low, unless you're doing in the last couple of minutes of the raid, when everyone is about to extract. That is not the case when you're playing on the friendly servers. You can kill any arc at any time of the raid, nobody's gonna care.
Right, so you can kill any arc at any time you want in a PvE server, right? So basically, this is the meta now. The meta is everyone's super nice in the beginning, and within between 10 and 20 hours, you're going to level up all your stuff. You're going to get all the things that you want to get. You're going to do all the things that you want to do, and then that's it. So they'll be done, and then they go into the PvP server, right? Now, you look at this and say, well, the PvPers, they're complaining that they don't want PvE, but yet the PvPers are coming into the PvE servers, doing the things quick as possible, and then leaving because they have all their stuff.
Here and there is gonna be somebody that is gonna take a portion of your loot, but at least you're not dead. And that is the reason why I had so many advanced arc power cells.
No one's trying to kill him.
Hello there.
Right, so think about the process, Sarge. Get the stuff and then go own others, right? So why would it be a problem? Because again, remember, the PvPers don't want PvE in the game. It's PvP. But yet they'll drop down, and I'm not saying him, but I'm saying this is what the meta will be. People will not kill anybody, go into the PvE servers, right? There might be people that want fun and they just slaughter the whole server for fun, but then they'll get thrown back into the PvP servers, right? But if they don't kill anybody, they come down, they do all their stuff, and then they go back to PvP, but then complain about the people playing PvE.
Hey, wanna team up?
Sure, man.
Okay.
Two guys right next to me when I'm killing Bastion, nobody gave a damn. They didn't even loot the Bastion that I killed. After that...
Just Enough says, this is why PvE servers should have nerfed loot. Why? Why? Why are you going to stop people from doing what they want to do? Why should the person that works 40 hours a week, comes home and plays for 1 hour, okay, a night, get punished because he can't play full time? Make it make sense, Just.
The other guy aggroed Rocketeer, so I even helped him out kill it. Playing on the friendly lobbies is playing a completely different game when you compare it with the PvP lobbies. In friendly lobbies, I could do the things that I could not even imagine doing in the servers where I'm playing. One time on the beginning of the raid, I was using Bettina to kill a Rocketeer in the blue gate. Homie got demolished. One time, as soon as I spawned in the buried city, I had microphone issues. and I was trying to fix my mic where I spawned.
Hey there.
Right, Altair, right? If they nerfed it, it'd be over. Because if you nerf the loot and the people that are playing your game that are enjoying their game because they want to play the way they're playing, and then the other people are playing the way they want to play, why would you nerf the loot? If you nerf the loot, then you're going to ruin your game. And as a business, you want as many people playing your game as possible.
Hey!
This would never happen.
So wait a minute, what did he ask?
Hey!
This would never happen in
Yeah,
a
he'd be
PvP
shot on
lobbies.
sight.
Oh, and one more thing. On the friendly servers, everyone is running without of their weapon out. Everyone is just sprinting. Even if you suddenly stumble upon the other player, the other player will not take out the gun. There's no point.
Yeah, but the problem, Quintar, is even if they're higher, the PvEers never want to go play PvP. You understand what I'm saying? They never want to play PvP. They're just playing PvE. So even if they're higher, it doesn't matter because they're never going to be playing with the people that are playing PvP. It only works one way, right? It only works one way. If you don't shoot anybody, you're in this server. If you don't shoot anybody, if you do shoot somebody, you're in two other servers. Okay?
You
Now he goes in, because I saw the end of this, he goes in and says, I think actually not in the end, but he says here that there's three servers. There's the sus server, there's the PvP server, and there's the PvE server.
can feel that everyone is playing carefree. They know that they're not gonna get betrayed or killed on sight because nobody is killing on those servers. These servers are a thing. And you have 20 hours of a raw footage of me playing on those servers on the YouTube, on the live stream. I'm gonna link them in the description down below. You can click wherever you want. Out of 20 hours, there were maybe
Correct, but you wouldn't be there. You know what I'm saying, Eclipse? Says, I think it's already like that, so you just play the game that you want to play and shoot on sight. I like being in the PvP-ness. Right, so if you shoot someone, you're going to be pulled out of the PvEers, and you're going to be thrown into the PvPers.
like 15 to 20 minutes of a PvP action, you know? And by the way, I'm always saying that learning the maps is the best to do with the free kits. No. Friendly lobbies. The amount of the kilometers speed ran through the map while playing on the friendly lobbies is way higher than with the free kits on the PvP servers. So if you do not know the maps, I would recommend you to go on the friendly lobbies. You're gonna learn the maps in no time. And now let me ask you a question. What do I have to do if I want to leave friendly servers?
I love the look. How do you get out of the friendly servers? Well, you just kill people.
I guess I'm just gonna sell it. Oh, you suck. Oh. Just surrender, dude. Just surrender, man. I would surrender, man. Why you do this? Why you not friendly?
Now remember, he's a PvP player. He's a PvP player, and yet this person, he's like, why? Why are you being angry towards me? You know what I mean?
Why you not friendly,
He doesn't want to kill him.
dude? What is this? Why
He revived him just to shoot him again.
are you not friendly, dude? What the fuck, man? You see what you did now? You see what you did? You did? Good.
Hey, don't
Good.
shoot!
Oh, please, Ed! GG!
I don't have defib. I don't have defib. I don't have defib. I don't have. I'm gonna keep you alive. I'm gonna keep you alive. Wait. Just don't move, okay? Don't move. My theory was that as long as you're not being aggressive, as long as you're not the first person...
No. It doesn't matter if you're the first person or the second person. If you shoot your gun at another person, you're going to be tossed into the other server.
engaging the fight,
How much, though, we don't know.
you're gonna be fine. But that is not true. No matter if they start shooting first or not, if you kill them, you're gonna end up in the PvP lobbies.
Yep.
I don't even think that it is binary. I don't even
It's not about shooting at them. It's if you hit them and they go down, you killed them. So that you're getting tossed into the PvP.
think
Think about this. During the beta, they asked you, when you did the PvP, did you like it? How did you like the PvE? How did you like the PvP? They ask you now, still, while you play the game. How did you like this interaction? Did you like this interaction? Right? And I would assume, right, the way that it's built is if you got shot and killed, and they're like, how did you like this, the PvP? And you're like, I don't like it. I didn't like it at all. And they're like, okay, noted. He didn't like it because he got attacked. He didn't attack, right? It takes it all into account because they know exactly what you're doing in the game. So obviously they're separating people because as a business, again, as a business, not as the player, as a business, you want as many people to play your game as possible to kind of make it feel sort of like what Fortnite does and any other game does, right? They want you to come back. Why do you want to come back to play Fortnite, right? You're playing Fortnite because you win battle royales, right? Well, if you don't win battle royales after a certain period of time, you might leave. Well, they want you to spend money. They want you to get the cosmetics. They want you to get the battle passes. So they put bots in the lobbies. And they put bots in the lobbies so you feel better about yourself. You want to play the game longer. So Arc Raiders has found a way of how do we make people feel like they're playing our game, they're playing the way they want to play, but we're not forcing something on them, right? But it's hidden behind a curtain, right? It's the wizard, okay? So you feel like, hey, I'm being friendly, so they're putting you in friendlier lobbies, so you're running around and you feel good because that's the way you want to play. Okay? They don't want you to leave because the longer you play, the more money you might spend. You might buy the next cosmetic that comes out. You might get the next thing.
there is or PvP or full friendly. I think that there is a middle ground also.
I agree.
think there are three different separations, maybe even more. But
This is the part when I skipped around. This is what I heard.
three minimum. I'm calling them friendly lobbies, SAS lobbies,
Yeah.
and PvP lobbies. Let me explain. As soon as you kill somebody, you're not going straight to the PvP servers.
Correct. You go into that other server, and then it sees how you play from there. If you continue to shoot people here, then it's going to throw you into the other lobby. But if you take a couple of rounds and you die and you die and you die, it's like, all right, well, let's see if he hasn't shot, so we're going to put him back here, right?
You're gonna go into the SAS servers, where there is a mix in between friendlies and betrayers and hostiles. And then how you perform there, if you keep killing, you're gonna end up in full PvP server. And if you keep dying, because that's the only way to end up in the friendly lobbies, you're gonna go in the Candyland zone. And I can assure you, I can vividly feel in what servers I'm currently playing. So here is how you know. When
Okay.
the raid starts, when you hear the gunshots and you see flare, and then you hear gunshots and then you see another flare, multiple flares after the gunshots, that's a full throttle PvP server.
Okay, so gunshots and flares go up, PvP lobby.
That's where I usually play. You will never see the flare in my servers without of hearing the gunshots first.
Okay,
So that's full throttle PvP server. In the other hand, the complete opposite of that are friendly servers. In the friendly servers, you will see the flares, but you will not hear the gunshots.
is that because of the arc? Is that because the arc kills them?
And the reason why is because those people die from the arc. Those people
Do you not hear arc's bullets? I've never noticed that before.
die from everything but other players, because you will hear
Because you hear the Bastion and stuff like that. Do you not hear? Oh, I guess if it's too far away, you don't hear it.
the gunshots from the other side of the map, but you will not hear the shots of the arc from the other side of the server, right?
Interesting. So you will hear them if you're close, but if you're on the other side and you see a flare go up but you don't hear the gunshots, then it's arc.
And also in the friendly servers, you will just not see flares at all because nobody's dying, right? And the way how I know if I'm in the sus lobbies is based on the player's behavior. In the sus lobbies, in the middle lobbies, where the game still doesn't know should they throw the player
Right.
in the PvP or friendlies, everyone has trust issues because there are two groups of playstyles there, right?
And I think that's where the most servers are. I think most servers are in what he's calling a sus lobby, right? And I think that's exactly right. Because now that you got killed and now you're in a sus lobby, you might shoot someone that shoots at you because it's just instinct or whatever. So a lot of people I would say, like, again, I'm just going to make up a number. I would say like 80% of the people that play this game are in the sus lobbies because you might kill, you might not kill, right? Doesn't matter if you shoot, if you kill, okay? PvPers, like you watch Shroud or Peanut or anybody like that, they're in the PvP lobbies, okay? And then the PvEers, they're also in a very small little segregate of servers.
So some people will be friendly, some people will be hostile. And you can see with their movement, you're gonna sometimes hear the flares. You're gonna hear the VoIP, people wondering, why did you kill me? Somebody died. Mommy died. I don't have defib. I can go check on top. Wait, don't surrender. I'm gonna try to find defib.
Can you help me, please? Dude, that's freaking the armor shop.
Whoa! What the fuck, dude?
Sorry. I wanted to end the here. Oh, it's my fault. Sorry.
Okay, man.
Are you friendly or are you not friendly?
I think he accidentally killed him.
Accidentally kill him.
My fault. Here.
Those people that are in those sus lobbies, if they are sometimes friendly and sometimes PvPing, they're gonna stay in the sus lobbies. If they keep PvPing, they're gonna be thrown in
I think that's the majority of the population. I really do.
the PvP. And if they're gonna keep dying from the other players, they're gonna end up in the friendly lobbies. And you can easily manipulate where do you wanna go with just dying or killing, even with the free kits, right? And I think that the more people are aware of that, how easy it is to manipulate in which types of the lobbies do you want to join, the more unstable the system will be. Because currently on the friendly servers, in 10 raids, you're going to hear one death, one.
Right. So let's say, and I gave this example a couple of weeks ago with Summit. Right, Summit used to play Sea of Thieves, and Sea of Thieves, I see a lot more likeness of Sea of Thieves in this game than any other game, okay? He used to play Sea of Thieves, and he would be in the PvP lobby type of stuff, and people were going after. Then the people that wanted to play PvE, but this is before Friendly Seas came in, or Safer Seas came in, they would find these servers, and they would go into their server, but he didn't like that. He wanted to go around trying to find people that he could shit on, right? Not an actual competition, just shit on. Great content, by the way. Okay. So he would find these friendly servers and then go into the friendly server. In Arc Raiders, to get to the friendly server, you just have to not kill anybody for a certain period of time. If that's 3 matches, 5 matches, 10 matches, whatever it is, then you'll get put into the lobby with all friendly people. And then you can start murdering people left and right. Right. And then you'll go back to the PvP or the sus lobby.
PvP kill. But the more people know about this, people are gonna start abusing, and you're gonna see a
100%.
lot of betrayals even in the friendly lobbies. For example, trials again are gonna be even more broken this season than the previous one, because it is not just that groups have way more power versus the solos, because groups are accumulating way more points than the solos, but now people even have the knowledge how to easily join on the friendly servers where PvP doesn't even exist, right? Where people can easily join on the friendly lobbies, stack up with hundreds of thousands of credits worth of loadout to enter inside of the raid to do the trials. And even if they spawn late, they're gonna just extract and try again, without any consequences. But on top of that, you're gonna also have way more betrayals on the friendly servers, because people are gonna abuse entering inside with couple of deaths on the free loadout, and then using their really good gear to kill the people that do not even want to be bothered. People that want to stay in the friendly lobbies. They do not even want to fight back.
Right.
It is way more efficient to just surrender.
That's right. Never fight back, stay in the friendly server, and then you can go do whatever you want.
Because in the friendly lobbies, you're accumulating such an insane amount of the loot that it doesn't matter. Because in the first 5 minutes of the raid, you will already pay the previous death.
You also get less XP and stuff like that. The longer you stay in the raid, the better. Like, he's got 65,000, right? But the longer you stay in, the better gear you'll find. You'll walk around. So it does come down to time and XP.
I do like that if you wanna PvP, you can PvP. If you wanna be social in PvP, you can do that in the SAS lobbies. If you wanna avoid PvP completely, more power to you, avoid it. Since there is no flea market in the auction house and we are all having our own personal progression, it really doesn't bother me. I don't care if the other people have hundreds of millions of credits playing in a PvE,
right,
and then they wanna PvP and join my lobby. I really don't care.
Because it shouldn't matter. Right? If they're piling up ahead of time, but they're playing PvE, majority of those people probably don't want to play PvP. And if they do go to the PvP servers, they're going to die real fast because they're not going up against other people. You know what I mean? You get better at a game because if you're in a PvP server, you understand how to go against other people. So the more PvP you do, the better you'll be at PvP. But if you're a PvE guy and all of a sudden you get thrown into a PvP server, you're going to die in 2 seconds.
This kind of a system also allows people that do not have too much time and that are not that good in a PvP to do the expedition.
Exactly right.
In the easy mode on the friendly servers. But the thing is, now when we know that there is a clear separation of the player base based on the player's behavior, the more people know about it, more people are gonna start abusing this system.
To abuse it, though, when he's saying abusing, we don't know the amount, and I'm sure we'll figure it out soon enough, okay? But to abuse it, you would have to, let's say, not do anything for, let's say it's 5 matches. So 5 matches, you go in, you don't shoot anybody, they're like, okay, this guy is a PvEer. So they throw you into the PvE lobby. Then all of a sudden, during the PvE lobby, you're like, you know what? I'm going to shoot somebody and kill that person. And you kill that person, well, then guess what? You go to the sus lobby the next turn around. So how to abuse the PvE doesn't make sense to me. Maybe he says it and explains it, but you could get kicked out, but to get back in, you have to not do something for a period of time. But then once you're in the PvE lobby, you're going to mess it up for them, but they're still going to be there. They're still going to go to the PvE lobby, but then next match, you're going to go to a sus lobby.
Where eventually friendly lobbies are gonna die.
I don't think so. There'll just be more sus lobbies.
There is gonna be no more friendly.
Because the friendly guys are never firing. Right? You see what I'm saying? The friendly guys are never firing. So that lobby is always going to be there. But the sus guys are going to come to the friendly lobbies and then kill something. And then the lobby doesn't turn to a sus lobby. The friendly lobbies stay the friendly lobby, but the person doing the sus stuff goes into the different lobby.
Lobbies if the system stays as it is. So you're gonna have 2 different types of the lobbies. Full throttle PvP and sus lobbies.
I disagree.
There are gonna be still sus lobbies and friendly lobbies, but you will not be able to differentiate which one is which.
You would, because if the criteria to be in a friendly lobby is not killing anybody, then that person that comes into the friendly lobby is going to kill somebody. And I get what he's saying. So you don't know if it's friendly or not. But the majority of the people, as Cisco said earlier, he likes going into the lobbies where people in numbers go up against the PvPers type of stuff, right? So if someone killing in that lobby, that they'll take that person out. They'll take the punishment to go to the sus lobby, which he's correct, and more sus people. But the sus lobbies get larger. The PvE lobbies don't get smaller. It's just they're still going to be there because if you're not killing anybody, then you're going to be thrown in there.
Just because of the players abusing the system. Homie, now I understand why is there so much misunderstanding, homie. I make a comic highlights of PvP, and people are fucking hating. But this is what they are playing. This is what they are playing for the past 10 weeks. So it's insane to them that somebody's shooting other people.
Right. And this is where I'm at. Okay. I'm cool. If you want to be in the PvE lobby, cool. If you want to be a PvP player, cool. Right? This is why I don't understand why everyone has an issue with this. Because the PvPers are going against PvPers. So they're giving the best experience that they want because they're fighting people that want to fight back. The PvEers are getting what they want because they just want to do the questing and they're not being fired upon, right? And then there's the people in the middle that kind of want to dabble in this and dabble in that. And everyone, from a business standpoint, is doing exactly what they want, right? The overlords are looking at this going, these people want to play PvP, these people want to play PvP, these people want to play whatever, and everyone is happy because more people are playing the game, right? Go check out his channel down below. It's in the links in the description, right? And look at this. Again, we only have the Steam numbers, okay? We only have the Steam numbers, but was it Arc Raiders? Look, this is why, from a business standpoint, this is working out, right? 275,000 right now, 400,000 people in the 24-hour peak. Look at this, right? New season started on the 22nd, okay, like right here, and now everyone's still, it's going back up, right? This is why I don't understand when people are like, no, they shouldn't be able to get a PvE. Like, there's already PvE in the game. And those people are enjoying the game for what it is. And the people that are doing PvP are enjoying the game for what it is. And the people that are doing whatever they want to role play, are doing what they want to do in the game. Like, there's no right or wrong here. This is a social experiment, and I think it's working exactly as intended because we're talking about almost 2 months now. Almost 2 months old, this game, right? Let's go to the other game that's over 2 months old. Look at the difference. Right? This came out, what, September? Beginning of October? When did it come out? Like October 5th, whatever it was, right? So November, December, it's been 2.5 months. They're down to 125,000 people right now. But yet, Arc Raiders, 2 months in, still 400,000 people are playing this game. It's interesting. We'll see what happens. I understand what he's saying about it is going to dilute the PvE servers. But again, as soon as you shoot, you go to sus. So the sus stuff is going to get larger now, right? Is going to get larger. So we'll see, right? Best-selling game, bro. For Helldivers 2, it took like 3 to 4 months to see a player drop when it first released. All right, it's 10 minutes to 12. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to watch. We're not going to be able to watch Legendary Drop, so I'm going to have to move that to tomorrow. But I do want to watch this. This was submitted. These are dead games that happened in Altern put this in our Discord. These are dead games that happened this year in 2025, right? So let's watch this.
Starting with Shroud's game Spectre Divide, these are games that died in 2025, starting with Shroud's game Spectre Divide, a tactical shooter that everybody played for about a week, mostly because of...
Krabby said, I don't understand. Travis said the game would be dead by now. Is my... Yeah, okay, we're still good.
Shroud, but it didn't have anything worth sticking around for, so the studio shut down in March, just 6 months after release. Then there's Multiverses, the only game I've ever seen released twice, peak at over 100k players twice, and still managed to die twice.
Okay, let's rewind here for a second, because I was thinking about something else. Okay, dead game.
These are games that died in
Shroud's game came out.
Starting with Shroud's game Spectre Divide.
I don't even remember this game. I remember he had a game, but I completely forgot about the game.
A tactical shooter that everybody played for.
One person 30,000 people 15 months ago.
About a week, mostly because of Shroud.
A week.
But it didn't have anything worth sticking around for, so the studio shut down in March, just 6 months after.
6 months shut down after the game released. There's no sound? No sound. It says there's sound. I have no sound? No, I have sound. Okay.
After release. Then there's Multiverses, the only game I've ever seen released twice, peak at over 100k players twice, and still managed to die twice since the relaunch.
Multiverses to me is one of the, like, I just don't understand how Multiverse could come out multiple times and fail both times, right?
Launch basically ruined the game for most of the player base, kind of like how Dauntless went from being a pretty.
Aaron says, what does it mean to be partnered on YouTube? I don't know. I'm not partnered. Couldn't tell you. I think you have like a rep or something. Maybe you get more of a percentage. I have no idea. Couldn't tell you.
Solid Monster Hunter knockoff to the developer.
Being what's it called? Where you can get ads and stuff like that. Not ads like run ads, but you make money as soon as you get a certain amount. But partnered is completely different. I don't even know. Do they even still do partnered? I don't even know.
Developers turning it into a cash grab by locking some of the best game features behind microtransactions. But now Realm Royale and Divine Knockout both got shut down in February because Hi-Res Studios.
What was this game? So there was Multiverses.
Launch basically ruined the game for most of the player base, kind of like how Dauntless went from being a pretty solid Monster Hunter knockoff to the developers turning it into a cash grab by locking some of the best.
Fucking Dauntless, man. Dauntless, they completely ruined that game. It was a great game. I know a lot of people like Monster Hunter and stuff. Dauntless was a great free-to-play game. I actually liked it a little bit better than Monster Hunter just because it was easier to get into, because Monster Hunter itself was if you stopped playing for a bit, like Monster Hunter Worlds, and came back, you were kind of like lost. You're like, what was I doing? Dauntless never felt that way. And then they completely ruined Dauntless.
Best game features behind microtransactions, but now Realm Royale and Divine Knockout.
Realm Royale.
Both got shut down in February because Hi-Res Studios did what they do best, which is come out with a viral video game and then find a way to ruin it. Meanwhile, Resident Evil Reverse died back in June, and this one makes sense because they took the Resident Evil IP and turned it into a multiplayer arena shooter that honestly nobody asked for. Unlike Super...
I totally forgot about that as well.
Mecha Champions, that was the coolest battle royale out there since you could pilot these giant mechs.
I don't remember this game as well either.
Suits to take on fights, but unfortunately Ubisoft's
X-Defiant we knew was garbage before it came out.
And shut down, and
they never fit the netcode. The netcode was broke before it came out. Then they released it and it was still broke.
June because it didn't bring anything new to the table. And Star Wars Hunters, I literally just learned it existed, but apparently it was just an...
I like how he learned it existed, but it doesn't exist anymore. He's like, I didn't know that was a thing.
Another hero shooter that died back in October.
This was a hero shooter gone wrong, right? A hero shooter gone wrong because there was no main characters in a Star Wars game. Like, think about this. Let's make a hero shooter, but let's not put any of the Jedi in there, none of the Sith, and let's just make up characters and have it in that universe. It's like, the fuck are you doing? All you had to do was make a Star Wars hero shooter like Marvel Rivals, okay? Like Overwatch, and it probably would have done better, but no one gave a shit because, one, it was on mobile and Switch, okay? Two, the characters no one cared about. When are people going to get it in their thick skulls that people like Star Wars because of Star Wars, not because of the realm of Star Wars? Okay? If you make a video game of Star Wars, you better have stuff in the game that people know and recognize, especially if it's a hero shooter trying to make microtransactions off of.
And finally, Dungeonborn was a medieval extraction.
Dungeonborn? I remember hearing about that. I didn't even know it came out yet, let alone close.
Game that was very similar to Dark and Darker, but apparently was so unbalanced that it chased all the casuals away and ultimately killed the game. These are games...
Fantastic. Fantastic. Like, I don't understand. Are we not having any audio again? It was just mobile. Never heard of it. I think YouTube wants me done today. We're just done. Yeah, I can't. I'm not even monitoring myself anymore. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. All right. Well, it's 12 o'clock or just a couple minutes before. I'm going to have to make a phone call to the cable company or the internet company here and make sure something's not going on because this ain't going to fly. So what we're going to do, there is no show tonight. I have a friend coming into town that I haven't seen in many years. So we're going to go out to dinner and hang out with him. So there's no streaming tonight for video game. We'll be back tomorrow morning with the Daily Grind. I appreciate it very much. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. I do appreciate you very much for coming out and hanging out with us. I apologize for YouTube. I know it doesn't do anything because you got the stutters and glitches and drops and stuff. Just to let you know, as angry or as frustrated as you are to YouTube, I am also frustrated because I'm the person trying to entertain you for a couple of times, but can't do anything for it. So appreciate it very much. You guys have a great rest of your day, evening, or night, wherever you are. I will see you tomorrow morning. Again, there is no stream this evening. Hanging out with a good friend of mine, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Yo, 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 yo. Yeah, used to be wars, now it's open doors. Gamers everywhere, no matter the store. Multi-platform rise, let's go. Cross-play, cross-life, everybody getting hype. Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, PC in sight. No more fences, we're breaking the chains. Gamers worldwide all share the same game. Cross-play, cross-life, everybody getting hype. Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, PC in sight. No more fences, we're breaking the chains. Gamers worldwide all share the same game. Remember the times when the console wars burned? Had to pick a side, bridges never got turned. Exclusive drops kept us stuck in the fight. Now they shipping everywhere and it feeling right. Halo hit Steam, Kratos left home. Sony cross seas, now we standing on Chrome. Call of Duty don't care where you log in, whether body's locked in. Back then, bragging like my box the best. Now it's yo, what you play best? Now it's yo, what you playing on? That's the real flex. Squads don't split, we unite for the win. Whether PC frames or a pad in your hand. Nintendo still holding Mario tight, but even rumors say Zelda might dream. Gaming's for us all, that's the multiply dream. Cross-play, cross-life, everybody getting hype. Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, PC in sight. No more fences, we're breaking the chains. Gamers worldwide all share the same game. Cross-play, cross-life, everybody getting hype. Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, PC in sight. No more fences, we're breaking the chains. Gamers worldwide